Hi, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the look that I did for prom. This is my junior prom. Yeah, these are my inspo pics right there. I didn't watch their videos, or I don't know if they have videos actually, but I just saw those pictures and I was really inspired, so I wanted to recreate something like that. So yeah, so this is just how I'm doing it for prom. So this is the night before prom, and I'm going to start by just putting on a Pilotin pore mask just on my nose and stuff to get out all my blackheads off and stuff, because if I don't, then my makeup looks gross. And then I'm just going to be putting on a Sephora Rose Eye Mask. It moisturizes and brightens, and that's just for my under eye area. After that, I'm going to do my Tarte Amazonian Double Detox Clay. It just exfoliates my skin and stuff. You can't really see it, but yeah, it works pretty well. After that, I'm going to be putting on my Maracuja Sea Brightener under eye cream from Tarte. You're supposed to use it at night and in the morning, like every day, and it works really well on taking away my under eyes. Like, it worked within the first 3 days. I noticed a difference. Then I'm going to just be putting on a very light layer of coconut oil just to moisturize my skin a little bit. And then, I know it's dirty, don't at me, but going to be putting on about 3 to 4 drops of maracuja oil. And yeah. Fast forwarding to the day of prom, this is another Sephora Rose mask, but this one is for my whole face. I'm going to put that on and then just put on some Aquaphor chapstick. And after I put on the face mask, I'm just going to rub all the excess product into my skin to ensure that I am fully hydrated. After that, I'm going to just put on some MAC Prep and Prime just to ensure my hydration. Starting off with the primer, I'm going to put the Too Faced Hangover Primer on, and I really love this primer because I feel like it hydrates my face, but also it leaves my face a little tacky, so I feel like my foundation goes on better. And then I'm just going to be using the Smashbox Pore Minimizing Photo Finish primer, whatever, but I'm just going to use it on my nose because that's where my pores are, and yeah. For my foundation, I'm going to be using my Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shades Light Beige and Golden. I'm just going to be mixing those. I'm going to be applying that with a damp beauty blender, so I just sprayed some of my Fix Plus on there. You don't have to spray Fix Plus. I just don't have a little spray bottle for water. I use this foundation because I feel like it lasts longer, and I really love the finish. It just makes my skin look really flawless. So I did my eyebrows off camera and I didn't realize that it stopped recording, but I did apply some concealer to shape my brows and to brighten my under eye area. After that, I just applied some eyeshadow insurance from Too Faced. I am then using my Venus palette and applying the color Divine all over my lid to give myself a nice transition color. And for this look, it was really important to have a nice transition color on my lid so the blending will go very evenly. I'm then applying some N7 translucent powder just to catch any fallout. Using a pencil brush and the same palette, I'm just going to go into the color Muse and start making my crease. So I start with the bottom and then I'm just going to add more color gradually up towards the top and just blending that thoroughly along the way to make sure that there's no harsh lines and that it looks flawless. And then I take another brush that's a little bit more flimsy, it's fluffier, and I'm just going to brush over all of that and just blend it out more just to ensure that everything's blended. And I just repeat those steps until it's at the color that I would like it to be. After making sure everything is all blended, I'm going to use a ColourPop eyeshadow and the color Paradox, and I'm going to just repeat the steps that I did, so starting at the bottom and gradually going up and constantly blending that and going back in with the other brush and just making sure that everything is nice and blended and that it has the depth that I want it to be at. And then taking my Modern Renaissance palette and using the color, what I think is pronounced red ochre, it's the deep red. I'm just going to be applying that to the outside and then blending it down and then blending it into all the other colors, making sure that everything is nice and well blended. Duh. After that, I'm just going to be mixing it towards the middle of my lid so that I can get a nice depth color, and then blending it using a stiffer pencil brush. I then keep repeating this process using only a little bit at a time, taking only a little bit to ensure that nothing is too overpowering at once. I also want to try to make sure to keep that line defined so that we don't have to worry about that later. I do keep switching out brushes just to make sure that everything looks like it's flowing well together. There was some fallout that occurred, so I just wiped that away, and then I apply more of the N7 translucent powder because I am going to be using a sparklier type of eyeshadow onto my lid. And even though I'm not using glitter, pro tip, use glitter glue anyways because it makes the sparkle or foil eyeshadow or whatever you're using, and it makes it appear as glitter instead of an eyeshadow. So this will just help it pop more and it helps it stick on more so that I don't have to worry about too much fallout and fallout while I'm dancing at prom. I'm going to be going into the gingerbread cookie palette from Too Faced and going into that sparkly pink color right there, and then just applying that all towards the bottom of my lid, the bottom center, and then just blending that into the dark color that we use and into the front part. I also take Too Faced glitter, a silver glitter called Glitterly from the Nikkietutorials palette, and I just place that towards the beginning of my eye and then my inner corner. When applying glitter, you want to make sure to top off any excess at a time, so you're only applying a little bit at a time. I'm then going back in with the shade Red Ochre from the Modern Renaissance palette and applying that to the outer portion of my lower lash line, and then just blending that into the top part so that everything looks like it's one straight line. I'm then taking the color Paradox again from ColourPop and then just applying that towards the middle of my lower lash line and then putting some of the glitter into the beginning. I then wipe away all of the fallout and then the leftover powder that was on my face. Taking the color Shell and Aura from the Venus palette, I'm going to use that as a brown bone highlight and very gently putting that onto my inner corner. I also go back in with that flimsier brush just to make sure that everything's well blended. What the heck, Makai? Look at him. Using my Cocoa Contour palette from Too Faced, I'm just going to take the two contour colors and using a fan brush, I'm just going to apply that to my cheeks to contour my face and bronze my face up. And I'm using a fan brush because it makes the application so much easier and it also blends it while I'm applying it, so it's like two birds, one stone kind of thing you feel. I'm also going to just contour my chin a little bit so that, you know, gotta get rid of that double chin. I then take my Morphe 9B blush palette and using an angled blush brush, I'm just going to apply those colors to my cheek. And I do smile while I apply my blush because I find that if I don't, then my blush goes too low and it's not on the actual apples of my cheeks since I do have bigger cheeks. And after using a light hand to apply my blush, I'm then going to bake my face, and I'm just going to be applying again the N7 translucent powder under the areas that are contoured, and then I'm also going to be applying it on my nose. I always forget to contour my nose, so I always remember to do it after I apply the translucent powder. I guess I'm like the queen of that. I don't really know. So I'm just going to contour my nose using a eyeshadow brush. I learned this trick from Katie or Luster Lux on YouTube. So yeah, if you guys want to know how to do it, then you should go check out her channel. I really love her. She's so great. Um, Anyways, so yeah, I'm just going to be contouring my nose real quick and then getting back to applying the N7 translucent powder. And I do slightly contour my lips because even though they're not hella small, they're kind of small and I just want them to appear a little bit fuller. And then I'm just going to go in and apply my eye full lashes in number 47. And then after that, I'm going to wipe away all of the bake, curl my lashes a little bit, and then I'm going to apply some mascara to the top, to my top and bottom lashes, the Tarteist mascara from Tarte. And I really love this mascara because it leaves like no clumps, and if you want a natural look, like you can, but if you want something more dramatic, you can use it for that too. So I think it's really universal, which is great, you know? Using my Venus palette and a small blush brush, I'm going in with the colors Aura and Shell again, and this has been like my everything for highlighting. Like, I just love it. It gives like a holographic type of look, and I just think that looks really cool, especially with pinks on your lid. So I just applied that to the tops of my cheeks and my nose. I also apply it to my lips as well. Oh, I then go back in with the smallest bit of blush just because I felt like the highlight can overpower it sometimes, so I just went back in with a little bit of blush. I then apply my lipstick using the ColourPop lipstick in the shade Cami, and right here is the moment that I realized that I messed up because I had very little left of that shade Cami, and I guess I touched it and it broke. So I tried to use it, but then it broke off again, so then I couldn't use it. Um Yeah, that made me so sad because that was like my favorite color. But I ended up just going in with a lip brush to apply it instead, and then I go over it with the color Angel Food Cake from the NYX Butter Gloss collection, just to give myself glossy lips because I thought it would go really nice with this look, and it just finished off the whole look. I then set my face with some, and by some I mean half of the bottle of the MAC Fix Plus and the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. And after I set my face, I felt like my highlight game was still kind of weak, and I cannot have my highlight game being weak at prom, so I just went over that after I had set my face. Okay, so that's the finished look. I going to prom now. Don't know if you could tell. So hopefully I'll have a good time. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. As a beat is automatic, supersonic, hypnotic, funky, fresh.